Hey guys, so we've got a project for today that's sort of fall time project. I got my service truck and I got a V-plow, but I need mounts to be able to put the plow on the truck. So we got right here a big set of MM2 mounts. I was unable to find any used ones that hadn't been totally butchered with a torch or who knows what. They were pretty bad, most of them. So I bought new ones. And we're gonna put them on my truck. To do that, I was just looking at it. We gotta take the bumper off. This bumper hangs too low. I got a buddy who's got a stock bumper I'll grab for it, which will let me have the mount stick out below it. So we're gonna jack the truck up because we need the clearance between the frames and the spring to get these brackets in. So we'll put it up on jack stands in the frame. We'll use the truck's own crane to take its bumper off, and then we'll bolt some mounts up. We'll put the wiring harnesses. There's a power harness, there's a control harness, and there's a lighting harness, which all need to get put on here. I've got a mix of brand new and used stuff. The control harness all came with the plow that's used. The lighting is all brand new. I bought that separate, and the power is only a couple wires that came with the plow too. So we'll get this thing jacked up and get going on it and put it all together. Hopefully it's helpful for more than just me. Robber. I'm my little boy. Hey, my little boy. You all punting, causing mischief? What else would I do besides cause trouble? Mischief, mayhem, destruction. These are the puppy things to do. I got it unbolted. Couldn't really get a good angle on that, so skipped it. Now I'm holding it from the crane, which is going to run across the front a little bit, but I think it'll be fine. As long as I don't scrape up my beautiful paint job. That was actually heavier than I thought. Cool, now we got space to put our brackets in. Now if that's out of there, let's see how our brackets all fit. They're supposed to tuck in here, up behind the spring. Bolt up. It looks like I have to take the shock tower off, actually. Bolts in behind that. This bolts to, that goes around that hole. Nice road salt. Right, we got clearance to get them in. Looks like now we got to take off the shock. I guess it's a good time to check and make sure those are good. So when this comes up, it goes under the shock mount there. So we'll pull the shock, pull these couple bolts, get the tower mount off, put the bracket up there, get it all back together, and keep on going. There we go. Actually came apart halfway okay. Very surprised. Shock actually feels okay as well. I'm also surprised about that. Didn't feel good. Oh, yeah, look at that pile of junk. Caked on garbage. Alright, so we got a little bit of light here. Got this plate, the nut, awesome looking welds there, factory. This is bent so this can go in the back. This bolt will go in this hole. We're gonna put the plow up, the mount up, and we'll stuff some bolts in there. That should hold it up. We'll do that on both sides. That's what they tell us to start with. I used real metal to make it. I can feel it. It's got some weight to it. Well, this is going to be tricky by myself. It's a slot. When it's all the way down, can't quite get it. I'm going to use a clamp to hold this up. So that maybe I can get these lined up by myself. So if you haven't noticed, I do everything by myself, it seems. There we go. I think. Alright, it's started. It's definitely not on there right, but it won't fall on me, theoretically. Pain, frustration, suffering. Those are the truck attributes that I think of when I think of truck. Ugh. There we go, I got stuff through. Way better than I thought it would. Gotta shoot a little lithium grease back here. It's the only non-rusty part of the truck I've found yet. I'll try to keep it that way. Sure it won't work that long, but helps. Alright, just a few minutes of it, but we got the bumper off. I was having a heck of a time trying to get the camera and me into the wheel wells. But I got side plates on, you guys saw those go up. And then stick these top plates on, 2 angle irons, a few bolts. It's nothing really too crazy. It's used a couple clamps to hold it, but it's all up there. We're gonna start tightening bolts down, tighten all the front ones. And then I think we're gonna tighten those back couple and get the shock mounts up and finish zipping it all together. And we're going to double check our measurements. It was center to center, 29 and an eighth. We are right at 29. I think this is going to pull out when we do those back bolts, so we'll bolt the back and then double check the front, make sure it's good. These instructions are really bad about lock washers and lock nuts. Some places it's calling for a lock washer and a lock nut, and other places it's calling for nothing. So I'm just kind of, like here it says use a 2 inch by half 13 hex cap screw, a hex nut, and a 1/2 inch hardened flat washer. I'm going to use the Stover out of the kit because it told me to use the Stover lock nuts and lock washers earlier, and that just doesn't make any sense. Any mechanic knows you don't need to double everything. One type of lock is locked. You don't need multiple locks to do the job of one lock. So I'm just using a little bit of spray lithium grease between all the metal parts and anti-seize on all my fasteners. That way I'll have a chance to take this off. Because if you plan to never take it off, you'll need to take it off. I need a bar to line this up. A little spud bar should do it. Stick it on in there. And if we can't line it up a little bit, they want me to put them the other way, but I think if I put them inside out, look at that, I can put it in while I get this thing moved into place. Usually use the silver anti-seize, but I got the copper stuff this time. Otherwise it tries to not rust me out. That's all the anti-seize is supposed to do. Throw it on there. I usually go decently thick on it, just so it chance. Maybe save this thing. Been doing that on my vehicles for years, and had some stuff I've been really surprised, but I've actually been able to get apart. Normally, it's usually pretty hopeless. Trying to get this stuff all in here. This is a shock tower. There she goes. Let me crawl under and get some washers and nuts on the first two that are in here. I bet if I suck those tight, the other openings will get easier. If not, I'll back them off. And it doesn't have a dead battery, at least. Right now, we're out of juice. I think that pulled us in a better spot. But let me get another battery. There we go. Much better. See, batteries make tools work better. Now we're in. I'm going to flip this bolt around so they're all the correct direction. Crawl under and put the nuts and washers on the last two. Tighten these up and we'll do the other side. Alright, shock tower's back up. That back up, I guess I'll probably do these. See why I wouldn't. Bigger than 1 inch and 1/16. That's 1 inch and 1/8. I think I've got one in this mess. Oh, look at that. See if I can reach up here. Oh wow, I got it. Oh. And I think the only bolt left is this guy here, which now it isn't tight, which is good. I'm going to hold that nut right where it is. I'll try to get some anti-seize on it, because I threw these first couple in without anti-seize. I don't know how many times I'll be taking them out and stuff. Once it gets on your hands, it will be on everything. Everything else has got it on it already. Okay. Oh, that side's pretty solid. Let's go around and do the other side. We'll put the shock back in while we're here. It's easier than moving you around a couple more times. Let me see. This one came out halfway okay. I anti-seized it last time I was in here. I think I took these off when I was doing something with the hubs. I think I took the bottoms off just to see if the shocks were still working okay. They're still coated, but I'm going to put more on there. Why not? It's really bad when they don't come out. Stick the better looking side out. They may be good right now, but I don't know how long they're going to last. I carry a lot of weight. I'm sure the plow won't help. That, and then I got the welder and tanks and toolboxes and fuel tank. There's a lot of junk on the back of this truck. Makes it kind of heavy. Keep the rust at bay at least for another month. This thing will probably be a crusty pile by spring. Brand new bracket I'm talking about. See if I can kneel on another piece of gravel. Feels extra good when you do. Pretty well skilled at kneeling on gravel out here. Man, just having a gravel drive. Things to kneel on that are uncomfortable. If my arm's blocking you, best I can do here. Helps for the ratchets going in the right direction. Yeah, I know you're not supposed to do this to a ratchet, but makes positioning it easier. And who doesn't do this to a ratchet? Alright. Shock mount. That back bolt tightened up. That was these big Larrys. Second one's always quicker once you know the sizes of everything and get all the tools out. Pretty well in there. Let's hammer it down. Oh, the only bolt is left. Shocks. Should probably put that back on, huh? Top bolt getting anti-seize too. See if I can drop it in the dirt. You know, anti-seize with grit in it. That really helps things. Anybody who's lived around rust, or salt, or humidity, if you haven't been doing this, you've probably been having a bad time. Anti-seize is your best friend. Or grease. Or a big enough bank account to just buy a new truck every 5-6 years and never work on them. But I'm not in that spot. That would be nice. I don't like working on the new stuff too much though. It's computers everywhere. I don't need any software for this one. Okay, both sides together. Let's go back around the front. We're gonna double check our measurements. Here's our mount. Shiniest, freshest, best thing on this whole truck. It's the only new thing on this truck, actually. Yeah. was supposed to be 29 and an 1/8. Ooh, dead on. 29 and 1/8 inch. All right, so we're back. It's daylight again. As you can see, the mount's all ready. We already did that before. So the part to actually physically mount the plow is good. Now we've got the harness. I pulled this stuff out of the box. I've got brand new 3-port isolation module. Let me set you down, I'll show you. Brand new isolation module in here. And new lighting harness. And old power harness, old control harness. I just sort of plugged it together. I had to figure out there was one adapter needed I didn't have. And I checked out the wires. So these 3 blue wires go to nothing on both diagrams. And, am I still on the screen? There we go. Flip this around. So I had to make a little adapter for it. The new harness was set up for 2 plug, plow set up for 3 plug. This is the 3rd plug. And they had a little 4-prong connector here and this connector on this side, plus a little single, which was the black wire. I looked into it. There's an adapter you can buy, but I just took this plug. I had a weather pack sitting in the cabinet, pair of pigtails. This already was a weather pack. It was just a square instead of linear, so took my little tool and popped the pins out, put them in this one. And then on this side, I used 3 of the pigtails, and the 4th was a weather pack. I just popped it in there. These 3 blue wires go to this plug here, which is listed as not used. Must be for something else. But this should work. These will plug together like that, and that'll take care of the adapter. I'll just wrap a little piece of electrical tape on here and be good to go. So I guess what we need to do here is, looking at the truck, we're going to put as much stuff up in this back corner as we can. There's already a whole bunch of wiring and junk up there for, I don't know what, something's wired in there. This truck had a lot of oddball wiring. I think that might be the fuel pump. I'm not quite sure. A lot of this was done before my time. And then I think right down in here, there's a spot I can drill through. I've looked back and forth a bunch of times just next to the brake reservoir. Right over in here, we should be able to drill through the firewall, put a grommet in, and stick the control wiring into the cab. So we'll do that. Extra wiring can go over here. We'll route everything up the side here, around the battery. There's a nice little hole down in here that we can stick all the plugs through to pop mount the grill. So we'll see if we can get this all put in place and get hooked onto a plow. So hopefully this goes decently quick. I know it will for you because I can speed it up if I need to. just took the blinkers up and tried those, and as you can see, we're crisscrossed. There is a plug on this harness that you can turn around to switch passenger and driver's side, so we'll do that quick. Tucked in, I got a big wad of wires down here. This little guy, blue-green. So you go green to green for driver's side, blue to blue for passenger side. I did it right. Let's try the rest of the plow. Master plow assistant copper here. He's the brains of the operation. Right, Speaks? Yeah. He's just waiting to go plow snow. But seems to work okay. It's 9'6", so it's pretty wide. Sticks out a bit on the sides, so I'll have to be careful driving. I did notice down here, rubber flap. It's worn past the bolt hole. So look on this side, it's worn down through the bolt. This side looks like it's about the same. So we'll have to get the snow off of here and figure this out. It's not the straightest plow you've ever seen. You can see it's got a hump in the middle, so it's a little bent. Got a crack up here, one on the other side, so I'll have to do a few things to it. I was looking down from this way. It's definitely got a bend to it. I was thinking about taking an I-beam and a couple clamps and see if I can hold the I-beam on the ends and put a jack in the middle and straighten it out. I might have to take the cutting edge off, but I think it'll probably be okay for the first few storms as it is. I really just need to get it started, so. There it is. Hope you enjoy. Like, subscribe, leave comments. If you see anything that'd be a good quick fix, or you fixed one of these before and have some ideas, let me know. Have a good one. Thanks.